We are back here on Carolina Women, and we now know what we say when we have a gentleman. Featuring Dennis from Monster Tree. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
We like to have a thorn among roses every now and then, especially
or a rose among two thorns. We don't know. It depends on how we look at it.
Now,
I'll be the thorn.
okay, fine.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. But you know what? We were just talking during the break, this time of year, lots can be done around the yard, and I was giving you anecdotal stories about my experience with Monster Tree, which was phenomenal. And I said the other day we had this horrible windstorm, remember?
Yes.
We were so lucky. If we had not had Monster Tree come and do the really tune-up facelift of our yard, I think we would have been in big trouble. So share with us why this time of year is so important when you're looking at your trees and your yard maintenance.
Yep. So this is a really good time of year for people to start thinking about their landscape, especially as we get into the spring season. Right now we're a little bit slower, mainly because of the holidays.
Okay.
So around the holidays, nobody was really thinking about what they want to do around their home because they're having guests around, they're preparing for the holidays. And then right after the holidays, over the course of this next month, we'll really start getting a lot more phone calls.
Yeah.
This time of year, more people are inside than outside just because of the change in the weather. But once we hit that March, April timeframe, then everybody starts going outside again and everybody starts thinking in that cycle about what they need to do.
Yes.
So right now is a good time to get on the calendar. Right now we're about 2.5, 3 weeks out in terms of work. Middle of the summer we'll be 6 or 7 weeks out in terms of booking people. So right now is a good time to really just get things out in order.
Now I know with Debi you went over and actually you were there for a purpose, and it was her to protect her roof, and she had some very large trees. Is Monster about more about the aesthetics, or are you there to come in and solve problems? Is it a mixture of both?
It's a mixture of both. So we do everything from full tree removals, lot clearing for new developments, all the way to just pruning and taking care of the general health of the tree. So we'll come in and do an assessment, much like we did with Debi, walk around the property, point out things that you know, the homeowner or the commercial building owner should be thinking about that they may not be aware of. So you walk past the same thing every day, it just becomes
Or for years.
natural for you. Or if,
No, that's right.
Exactly. And then somebody new comes in that's trained to look for things, can point out different areas for you to have for consideration of ways to strengthen and fortify the landscape around your home.
That makes sense.
And what does that look like? I mean, I think we think Monster Tree means tree, but you really do kind of a comprehensive assessment of people's landscaping yards.
Sure, sure. So much when you had Paul out, he was talking about.
He's the arborist.
He's the arborist,
I
trained
would have
arborist.
loved to have been a
20
fly
years.
on the wall for that walkthrough.
Yes.
Is that you probably had a field day over there?
He was very impressed with the landscaping, the size and the maturity of the trees.
Yes.
And he pointed out a lot of things that can just, you know, make sure that they are not only safe, but they continue to flourish.
Right. It was really interesting because there was just, I mean, I knew zero.
So your trees were pretty happy.
They were semi-happy.
Yes.
They're much happier now.
Yeah.
And I think what you've taught me is I was always afraid to cut back and prune back and, you know, but no, it's, I mean, we're ensuring the longevity of the landscaping, really.
Yep. It ensures that the trees are able to continue to grow properly.
And what was really interesting for me, Erin, was when they came in, it was sort of a blank slate. I had no idea what to expect. And so both Dennis and his arborist Paul came and literally walked me, and my husband walked Mike through each step of our yard and said, you know, this is good, this really needs help. But the most important thing, because cost is an object, you know.
Sure.
You help kind of put us on a master plan of what we could
To stay
do.
within her budget.
Right. So in general, you should be looking at pruning and maintaining your trees once every 4 years. Have a general cleanup of stuff that is growing, I'll say, erratically.
Yeah.
But in the case of Debi's, where she has very big mature trees all around her home, we put her on a 4-year plan, so we're doing a quarter each year.
That makes sense.
To get on that 4-year cycle, because cost is a factor, and you know, when you're dealing with trees of that magnitude, it can become
Big
costly.
endeavor. Yes.
It really is.
Did you watch it go down?
It was so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. We took some good video.
She was out there with her popcorn, probably.
Oh yeah, we were having a ball. We really were. Thank you for joining us today.
Absolutely, thank you.
We want to thank you for joining us today also. We are Carolina women.